Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's a VG titanium sublimation pump power supply. Oh yeah. Oh, I just love this, the name of this unit, I must say. The model number here is called SPS4. And VG Electronics is a company from England. I will show you the back in a minute where all this is written, and we also have a little problem. The fuse holder is missing, so I think somebody did this intentionally. It's 18.1 kilos heavy, and it's a standard 19-inch rack, 4 units high. And by the way, if you are thinking, what the heck is titanium sublimation? All right, there's a guy called Dalgetty. He made a YouTube video that is called How a Titanium Sublimation Pump Works. I will put the link to his video in my description. This is definitely a nice, super good video. It is short and super good. So please watch this and then get back to this one. Then you will understand a lot more of what is going on. So the idea is we will be able to power on 4 different titanium filaments. So when one burns out, we can just switch to another one and continue the vacuum experiments, because this is for deep vacuum generation. And then you heat up the titanium, and then you'll be able to molecules and all sorts of fancy things. All these details is explained in the video. So yes, of course, the filaments, they burn, and then you just go to the next one. So here you can have 4 different, and we can of course adjust the filament current, and it can go all the way to 50 amps. I don't think that. I think it's only 40, but we will see about that later. Auto or manual current setting, and then there is a timer. So this timer, we can set the pulse and the delay time, so you don't run your filaments all the time, but only when you need them. So that is the trick. It sounds like this is a big, hefty power potentiometer. So really, I think definitely we should open and have a look. But first, let's look at the back. So here is the back of the unit. And here we see the label, VG Electronics Ltd. And the model number is SPS4. And that is a very, very old style power entry socket. So this tells me already that this one is very, very old. This is, of course, a high current connector for the titanium filaments. And look at that, big, black. I don't know, is this coming from the inside, from this out here? I'm a little bit worried already. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that big, solid transformer. And what do you know? Will be the output. Of course, it's AC output, and we just drive the different filaments with AC. Of course, you can do that. It doesn't need to be DC or anything like that, right? And then that switch is some beautiful switch that will do the 50 amps easy. And here's, of course, the current. I think it's a little bit funny the way that they made this. I mean, really? So, of course, that's the 4 outputs. And here is the input that goes to the switch, all right? But why not just take it via this one? I mean, why is it that complicated? It doesn't matter which one, it's just AC. Maybe it's more mechanically stable like that. Anyway, it's quite funny. So that is something. So it's 7 volts, 50 amps coming out of the transformer, and that is a 350 watts at maximum. And this is, of course, I had the feeling that it would be a big potentiometer of some sort. Look at that funny little needle thing on this variable transformer. Normally you have a little roller, or maybe you have a much wider, but of course you want to have as tiny point to the windings as possible, because otherwise you short, 1 or 2 windings because you touch more than one winding. But that is also why those rollers there are made of some coal kind of stuff with a little bit of resistance, so that the low voltage between each winding is not creating a huge amount of current in that one shorted winding. But here they got a different approach to that problem. And yes, that is of course the amp meter. It's just directly connected to that coil. So there will be a little rectifier or some kind of stuff in there. I haven't yet figured out the auto or manual kind of way. And that will be the on-off switch, the timer relay, and yeah, super thin wires. But it's of course only 350 watts, so it's not a lot. So there's nothing here that makes me super scared or anything. So I could easily see if I can replace the fuse. Maybe I got a fuse holder that will work, and yeah, power this up. Should be fairly easy. Let's see if I can find something to melt down with this one. So I'm going through a few boxes of my fuse holders. I really love to save fuse holders when I'm doing my restore stuff. All sorts of different types, so I can actually show you a little bit more kind of fuses and other fuse holders and all that kind of stuff. It is definitely a good thing to have a lot of fuse holders because they break, and people just tend to take these out and throw them away for some reason. And yeah, I was able to find one that, yeah, it actually connects and give a low reading, but we have a little bit of, yeah, you see, but it's probably good enough like that. Now it's good. And then I can continue with my power on experiment. How nice. I want to do a power up quite slow, so I turn it on here and I measure the output voltage, and then I crank on the variable input here, and I see nothing. And I believe it's because I am not. Why don't we see anything? Oh, it's probably the timer, right? So I need to crank this up, and then suddenly it's gonna go clickety click, right? Yes, exactly what's gonna happen. So this is 228 or something like that. And then suddenly we see a little bit. So we got light here, and we got 0.8 volts output. Yeah, and it is responding to that one. So I was lucky to pick the right. Oh, but let's take another one. Yeah, and then I have nothing. So that is number 2 output. I'm measuring output here. And let's try and dial this up. So that is about 7 volts unloaded. It is not underload, the value we saw on the transformer. My idle power is 25 watts. And you can definitely hear the transformer, but it's not that bad. Let's go down to 5 volts. And then my input power is only 12 watts. So yeah, I definitely think it works. Let's crank this all the way down to 0. And then idle is absolutely low. So I think that, why don't we have a little lamp here? This lamp is not working, right? Let's just give it a little output volt. Ooh. So auto, that will be the timer. Ah, look at that. The timer goes on. So the timer, of course, starts in on. Clickety clack. And then we're still on. And then the timer. How nice. Oh, that switch is not so. See? Fantastic. I'll play a little bit with the pulse times and all that kind of stuff and see if that works. We should be, this is in seconds. 2.5 seconds, right? Hey, so if I take this all the way down, and what is that? Also 2.5 seconds. So if I crank all these all the way down, we should see this. I don't know. Can we see anything? I don't see. Oh, yes. Did you see that? So there's a lamp that turned off. But why is this not connected? See, my output is now off. So I should also have 2.5 seconds off time. But it's probably super. It's not accurate at all in the minimum. Why don't you turn on again? So it's only one. So maybe that is how it works. It's only doing this once and then. Well. So you leave it and then you have your vacuum as you wanted it, and then it's all perfectly fine, right? So I turn it off. I turn it to manual. Yes, and then I can restart my time. And it is, of course, on again. And then a few seconds later, it should go off. Click. And that is also working. So yeah, I believe the unit is working. I want to get some, I want to try and load this thing and see if it can melt something. I just really don't have a mating connector, and that is so bad because I really love to keep this original, and that is a super nice connector, that one. So I really wanted to test the current capabilities. So here's my little homemade filament using copper wire. I found some gold 3.5 millimeter connectors, and they fit quite well into this socket. What can possibly go wrong here? So let's just try and see what happens. Okay, I'll crank on. I'm in manual mode. I'll crank it on like this, and I will just use the built-in amp meter here and just dial up here. Oh yeah, so that is 10 amps. That is easy peasy. And then we'll wait a little bit and see if it goes all right. We can probably just check it out here. Maybe I can just crank it down real fast if it starts to smoke or something like that. 20 amps. And I'm using 10 watts in total, so that is of course not so much. And this is of course not going to heat up those wires so much, right? Only 10 watts, right? So that is 30 amps. 20 watts. Are you getting scared? Let's see what happens here. 40 amps. Wow, man. I should probably verify the amps. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was hoping this to be nice and red glowing. Let's give it a little bit more. 45. But I don't see anything. 50 amps, really? Yeah, man. Oh yeah, it is starting to. I should probably dim the light a little bit more here. It smells, something smells. Where the heck is it smelling from? Oh yeah, we can see something definitely happened here. I've just dimmed the light a little bit. I think you can see the coil is now lighting up a little bit. That is of course really nice and dim, but this is of course copper. It's not specially good for making a filament like that. But yeah, we definitely can pull a lot of current, and this is about 50 amps. How nice. Uy, uy, uy. Let's turn this experiment off. Trying to turn on a little bit more light slowly. So probably you can still see the light in the little filament. And I just wanted to show you that we are running at full potential here. I can actually crank it up a little bit more here. And I get about 100 watts into my filament here. But I really think this unit works, and it's quite nice and fantastic for all sorts of experiments. You don't really need to use this for a titanium sublimation pump. I mean, you can use this for all sorts of cool things, really. Anything you need to warm up a lot of amps and all that kind of stuff. This is definitely fantastic for all that. So I totally like it. I think that is all I wanted to show you guys. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, share my videos and all the fantastic things, right? Bye bye.